Hey guys, it's Miso and welcome back to my channel. As promised, today I'm back with a guide video. I'm really excited about this series and I hope it helps you guys too. So let's get started. As you guys know, Xilonen is the new 5-star Geo character that came out in this version. She has very nice looking skills and she's super useful for exploration, but she can also deal a ton of damage too if built properly. She's mostly used as a support, but of course you can use her as a DPS too. Her whole kit revolves around defense, and she's by far the easiest character to build in all Genshin, so in my honest opinion she is really worth pulling. Now let's talk about her kit. As I said before, her whole kit revolves around defense, but if you want to build her correctly, I'm first going to explain to you what her talents do. Normal attack. So this is only important if you want to build her as a DPS, since as a support you'll only be using her skill and burst. This is pretty self-explanatory, so I won't get into much detail here. All you need to know that as a main DPS, her elemental skill damage scales off her normal attacks. So as I said before, don't waste your resources on this if you use her as a support. Moving on to her elemental skill. So basically this is the cherry on the top. When you use it, the enemy's elemental resistance will decrease significantly. This is of course based on how much this talent is leveled up. And also, as you can see, you need to have at least 3 different elements in your party. The ones you can use are Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, Electro, and Geo. I'd recommend getting this talent up to at least level 8 or 9 if you're not planning to crown her. But do keep in mind the higher the level, the better, because it buffs your characters by a lot. Elemental Burst. I also recommend getting this to at least level 8 or 9. Her burst scales off defense. It deals AoE damage and it heals you based on your defense. What I like about Xilonen is that you don't need to put a lot of effort into building her. You don't even need crits. Just give her all def artifacts and she'll be really good. Now let's move on to artifacts. So her best set in slot is of course her signature set, Scroll of the Hero of Cinder City. Long ass name by the way. Also for a main DPS build you can use other sets like 4-piece Obsidian Codex, but also 2-piece sets like 2-piece moonlixirr, 2-piece Husk of Opulent Dreams, or even 4-piece Husk. The only stats you need to prioritize are dafont sands, goblet, and circlet for a support build. For main DPS build go for def sands, geo damage bonus goblet, and crit rate or crit damage circlet. Also of course if you do have enough crit you can switch the circlet for a def one. Now for weapons we have quite a few options actually. By far, this is my favorite weapon for her, Flute of 𝘴𝘰𝘪𝘏. It's a Natlan craftable, but I'm sure most of you got it for free in the mail at the beginning of Natlan arc. Anyway, so it's really good for her because of the high def since she needs a lot of it. Favonia's sword is also really good for her since you want to burst pretty often. For more damage and healing, aim for around 150-160 energy recharge. If you have a battery in your team like Furina or Raiden, you can get her around 120 to 130. For main DPS build you can use anything like Harbinger of Dawn, any crit weapons, even energy, recharge or death. Just focus on what you need more of. Now I'm going to show you some of my favorite teams. Keep in mind I'm not really entertaining the idea of meta. I'm using teams that I think make sense and that are fun to play with. First team is 𝘴𝘆𝘴𝘁, Furina, Xilonen, and Kazuha. I love this team too much, so I'm actually going to show you how it works on Xilonen's boss. I think it's really good, especially because this boss has higher resistance. And the second team is Mualani, Xilonen, Kazuha, and Bennett. Anyway, so I hope this quick guide will help you at least a little bit. I'm not that big of a pro at building my characters, but I'd say I'm decent. I'm more of a casual player and not rich enough to spend too much on this game. So I hope this video reaches the right audience. Other players like me lol. Anyways, that's it for today. I'll post a poll, so please go ahead and choose what character I should make a guide for next. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to rest and stay hydrated. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.